Well. Good afternoon. Have a holly jolly Christmas as seen throughout the year. Oh, by golly, have a jolly Christmas this year. Right. So good afternoon. Welcome to Put Your Family First. 5-time award-winning Put Your Family First podcast. We are in the building. And Dr. Heather, how are you?
I am great, thank you. Feeling
Brother
good.
Dave.
Full of cheer.
Mm-hmm.
So today we are having the discussion about, how not to fight over the 12 days of Christmas, right? Considering there is less than 12 days to go, almost, I think. What we got? Today is the 8th.
13.
So we still
20.
13, yeah.
Yeah.
So we got 13 days to go, but the last 12, we want to make sure the families are not fighting over chitlins, hog maws, who gonna make the sweet potato pies.
You eat all
Yo,
the
mackerel-
chitlins,
right,
all
right.
the hog maw.
And I ain't ate a chitlin since I was 10.
Yeah.
Right? You talking about a hog maw, a chitlin, you talking about ribs, turkey, dressing, and then the macaroni and cheese, which macaroni and cheese is not everybody's go-to. Mm-hmm. A lot of people pretend that they can make macaroni and cheese, and they really, if you ain't got no pet milk,
I know, right?
you ain't got a can of pet milk in your house. Yeah.
Like on Flavor Flav.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
woman made that turkey in the microwave, and the mama pulled it out and say, this thing is raw. They think they can make macaroni and cheese. I put some cheese on top.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So if you ain't got no pet milk, you know what I mean?
It ain't flowing.
Right, or if you didn't have a grandma or a great aunt teaching you how to make it, it might be a question mark. It might be a question mark. I know, because I sat with my aunt. She is known for her macaroni and cheese. And, it's no big deal to her because she's been doing it forever. But she was like, I'm getting to a point where, I'm not going to be cooking like, I used to. And I respect that. And it's, we're old enough. Most of us is, our late 50s, moving into our 60s. If we're not ready to take over, this is an issue. It's an issue. I mean, you stay connected to those traditions and you value that. But at some point, you have to honor those who invested in all those years, and I think this, it's just a season for that. It's a bittersweet pill to swallow, but I think that to honor them is to maintain those traditions and to learn from them and grow from what they've done, because now we have new generations that are in that don't understand if you don't teach them. And I think that was kind of when I thought about the 12 days of Christmas. I thought about everything that is in those days and how to pull back from being so material, because the materialism can also feed into the stress in the holidays. So, we'll talk about a few of the ways to do that between couples, between your children, and as a family. Because ultimately, it is a wonderful opportunity to bring family together. So,
well, yeah. If you, like you said, that's if you are really looking to do so, right? You're really looking to bring family together, to enjoy, the process of family, right? So, how do I enjoy this Christmas? And how do I do it without, again, some of us, we don't eat chitlins no more, so don't be mad if they don't eat chitlins no more, right? Mm-hmm. Some of us, we're fasting, we're not eating sweet potato pie.
I don't know who that person could be and why you would do such a thing.
Whatever you don't want, I'll take it.
Right.
That would be
That's
me.
when you go visit. You go visit
That
others.
would be me because I'm not doing it.
Well, you're not a big sweet eater anyway, so
Right. And so,
you're not losing anything. I'm talking about real people who,
Real people.
real people.
Not AI people.
Right. That's an AI version of Calvin. He can go without it. I'm not that one that plan to go without it.
Right.
Although we did a whole episode about what you put in your mouth during the holiday.
right.
Yeah. Yep.
Right, and so that brings us to how not to get into these ribs. If you know, like we know, like if you know your auntie gonna put sugar in the macaroni and cheese, you're not going over to that house. You might call and say Merry Christmas, but I ain't even coming to embarrass you, to trip you, and tell you you got a ton of sugar in your macaroni and cheese. I just can't eat it. Right. And then, you're not going over to your cousin's house because your cousin, every time they go over there, they got to put alcohol in the pie. So you can't even have the peach cobbler because it's right. Because it's got Crown Royal. Boy, I'm putting my Crown Royal in that pie. Put a whole half a pint, like if you feel a little tipsy, right? So these are the things that you have to avoid. Shout out to my sister Yamina, right? These are the things that you avoid during the holidays, so you don't have to get into a rift, right? right. That's a crime.
It is a crime.
It is a crime, right? And I'm telling you, one day I tell this story all the time. Right? We had a home going, right? So everybody, we at the church, because my family built a church. I'm coming in the door. The thing I'm looking for the normal macaroni and cheese. So I go and I come in the door with buffalo mac. My man Tone had made the buffalo mac. Tone Capone, right? The barber, this is my guy. So he made the chicken buffalo mac, right? This is before I got allergic to it, right? So we got the chicken buffalo chicken mac. I come to the door, I set the counter down, right? Set it on the counter. I get me a little scoop. I come back, all that's gone. So I'm like, okay, let me get a little bit of this macaroni cheese, right? So I go, I put it on the plate. I sit down. I take it. Man, who put the sugar? Immediately, everybody like, shh. I'm like, shh, what? They talking about, these people around here diabetic, and they trying to put sugar in everything. I said, but y'all ate, I'm loud. They know I'm loud. Y'all ate all my macaroni, my buffalo mac, and left that. Why y'all didn't eat the sugar mac, right?
Sugar mac.
Like, man, Bubs, man, be quiet, man. Like, you're going to hurt somebody's feelings. I say, okay, so this says, this on this Christmas, let's be clear, is sometime you have to be, just like the kids, you got to be able to take a no. No, I'm straight. No, you go ahead. Your cabbage got real wolf leaves in it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I went out into the yard 9 acres back and found wolf leaves, and I figured I'd try it in your cabbage. It was good. Ask my wife, it was good. The wife over there, she sleep. What happened? She had the wolf leaves. You know what I mean? So this holiday, literally, and we can get into it, and I'm sure, because Heather been, she's been doing some research and coming up with these 12 days of family Christmas, and I'm gonna tell you, there are not too many days, these 12 days, there's not gonna be a whole lot of some of this stuff that, she put on this sheet. So I'm sure.
Really?
Yeah. A moment to ourselves to enjoy others' close company. Who is it? It's Jeffro. Me and the family showed up. We heard you had them chitlins over here. It's Bonnie and Clyde. We came to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. We're going to see, and Heather, so I'm going to let you start with one because, we're going to see how far these 12 days, because I know you put some work into this, and, I've been laughing at you all day about this. All day, right? Right. Yeah, she gonna put right, and she gonna dial it up. So here we go. So on the first day of Christmas, my partner shared with me a prayer that covered me. Go ahead.
So this was important. It's important that even in this season that you pray for one another, and to not just the regular prayer, because my husband and I, we pray for each other every day, but the season that we're in is especially a time to keep you covered. And it's also a great time to pray new prayers. Pray new prayers for the future, the prayers that you've already seeded, the harvest of those prayers. You look for those things, but make sure that you cover them in their health, in their strength, in their peace, and that their burdens be lifted. And not only are you praying for them, but you are actively engaged in making that happen. So being more healthy, thinking more healthy, cooking more healthy, in terms of their strength, making sure that they have what they need every day. And even then some, a little bit of extra to help you, to make sure that they get through that day. And then help them and help yourself find those spaces of peace. Everybody needs peace, and it really needs to be intentional. How can you make the space more peaceful? If the normal days are, when you come in, it's just chaos and loud and noise and all, and the whole list of things to do when they come in, give them a minute. Let them center, find their peace. Give them some tea, some green tea. Give them some tea and just let them be. Give them a minute, and then take that minute for yourself. While you're giving them a minute, you can take your own. So be mindful that, prayer is power, and you use it in this season. Use it in a way that is going to be beneficial, and that's going to feed your 2026 as this one is ending. So,
all right, Brother Dave, you want to add?
Yeah, my granddaddy used to say the greatest thing in life is peace of mind. And you really come to realize that as you start moving through your seasoned years, that peace that surpasses all understanding gives you a different kind of presence in your life. You know what I mean? It really is the presence. If all that chaos came down in the family and everybody had a tranquil kind of peaceful mindset, it's just a blessing. So prayer is everything. He said, hey, seek ye first his kingdom and the rest will be added.
All right. On the second day of Christmas, my partner shared with me a vision for our lives moving forward that inspired me.
Well, you pulled it off.
Right. All right, that's number 2, Heather. Let's go. Paint a vivid, colorful picture for you as a couple that shifts you from routine to excitement and exploration together.
Yes, for sure. I mean, sometimes you can get stuck or stagnant into your routine just because you find that little niche that feels comfortable, and that's where you work from. But in this season and these next 12 days, consider shaking that up a bit.
That's awesome.
More exploration, a little more excitement.
That's awesome. You know what that mean to me, right?
I knew what you wanted, but I didn't know how to rap it.
Yeah. Right. Me and Dave on the same page. We at the door with it. Welcome home, baby.
Merry Christmas, baby.
Merry Christmas, right.
Happy New Year.
Right.
We get started today and carry the rest of the year here to you, woman. Let me bring you happiness.
On the third day of Christmas, my partner shared with me a holiday memory. All right, Heather?
So share a holiday memory that warms your heart and you've always wanted to recreate in your own home. And in your life together. So find that memory. If you have to go a little bit deeper, go deeper. If it was from a holiday movie, go to the movie, pull that movie up, get reminded about those moments and how you can recreate that moment in your life together.
Awesome. Brother Dave?
Yeah, a gentleman told me years ago, build all the memories you can, because there'll come a point and all you'll have is memories. So if you can build beautiful memories, it's definitely worth doing, because when you look back in those, let's say you guys have finally reached the 50-year pinnacle, 18,250 days of being together, you can look back on those memories and share them. So when you don't move too fast, you don't see too good, she's still fine. You good, you fine. You might be like Ray Charles by then, but you got the memory.
Right.
You don't need to see that the memory.
Right.
No, that's awesome. I'd like to throw in one of the most hilarious stories during Christmas. Me and my Uncle Don was sitting in the car. We were drinking Don Q 151 and papaya juice. We had created this thing called Cement Busters. And so we were sipping on while barbecuing in the winter. It's Christmas.
Now you know why you got liquor in your macaroni.
Right. He's got right. And so my little brother, he was young, right? Because he thought he was slick. So we go in the house while the barbecue is barbecue. We come out. He flat out, face flat in the snow. He done jumped into that cup. Shot his whole system. He was right there, passed out in the snow. We had to get him out. We laughed for years about that. That was a great Christmas. Okay, number 4. On the 4th day of Christmas, my partner shared with me.
For sure.
Yes, that's a good one. I mean, a moment to ourselves to enjoy each other's company.
Close company.
Yeah, okay. Close
company. Right.
Close company.
Right.
Dr. Heather?
So that's eliminating your distractions. So remove the cell phones. Don't even put them in the same room with you. No TV unless you're doing a movie. But really coming together for that moment. Like, it's not enough people that you can sit and talk and look at each other and have a conversation and just be close without it being a conversation about bills or without it being a conversation about, all the things that are going on in the world. No, what's happening in you and my world? What are we doing together? So I think that's important.
Brother Day?
Yeah, I agree. Looking eye to eye, you don't need the TV, just you and me. Fireplace going. You
Chestnuts roasting.
Ooh, it's getting hot in here.
Right. Right. So, exactly. Enjoying your company, share it with your partner. Taking your time. Sometimes you might have some little ones. Crack jokes. I always think that's the best time to tell jokes because it keeps the kids interested in what is taking place during that time, especially if you have young ones, right? If you have some adults, get loose, put them out the house, right? On the 5th day of Christmas, our children shared with me an attitude of gratitude. All right, Dr. Heather.
So encourage your kids to share 3 things that they appreciate that was done for them this year. We have to teach our children how to be appreciative and thoughtful. And this is one of the ways that we can do that. What did you, and encourage them in that. What did you enjoy that happened this year? What was a good moment for you? But trying to get them to get to 3 is really good. Yeah,
awesome.
It helps to teach that lesson about gratitude and that it is important enough to bring up and have a conversation about.
Brother Day?
Yeah, I'm reminded of the story of Jesus healing 10 and only 1 came back to say thank you. Teaching them the attitude of gratitude teaches them how to value what people do for them. Not because they have to, but because they want to show that they wanted to. So it's so important to have attitude of gratitude.
Versus the entitlement attitude that we teach our children, or have taught our children.
I like that. The key word that we teach our children. We teach that. I've been sharing this conversation about family, right? Direction. Poor people give their children choices. Rich people steer them in a prime way. This is why we be all over the map because we allow our kids to make decisions that they shouldn't make. And even in our mentoring program, we talk about this with the parent. Stop letting your children make the adult decision that you're supposed to make. This is why our kids are so unhealthy. This is why our kids they always use the word, I don't feel like it. This is why right? These are the terms that impact our children from not becoming everyday people. And that is a reason for them to have an attitude of gratitude. Okay, on the 6th day of Christmas, our children said to me, our influence on how they think.
So encourage your kids to share the values that you gave them and how they are able to apply it in their lives. They need to understand that, mom and dad do this, and I'm going to do this because, not just because mom and dad do it, but because it's the right thing to do. But it starts when they see mom and dad do it or say it. And so asking them to be aware and asking that question helps them to be aware and lets them know that it's important that they do that.
Brother Dave?
Yeah, I think it's so important for us to be the model, be the example, because if you can do that, they have something to base their future on, because this is what the image look like. And if we're teaching that it's about me, myself, and I, then the child is going to operate that way. And as Calvin said, and Heather said, we have to take responsibility for our presentation, because we are the first that the children see before they see the world. And if we're already creating an environment that says it's all about me, that thinking is going to get distorted sooner or later. I was watching the P. Diddy video done by 50 Cent, and the parents had set P. Diddy up. Just this little clip. They set him up basically for this mindset he has today, because it was all about my son, giving him the things, that may have been a little bit too much. And even the decision making on how they taught him how to defend himself when sometimes it wasn't necessary. So we have to be very careful what we teach him, because we teach him stinking thinking, then the room going to be funky. So we have to make sure that we teach him the right way to go. The Bible even confirms that.
Awesome. Teach them in the way they should go, what your influence, all of those things are good. On the 7th day of Christmas, our children shared with me an invitation to make a meal for me. Can you get your ass in that kitchen and scramble some eggs?
Well, all righty then.
What you want for breakfast? Because I'm big on breakfast, right? So, like, my kids had to make breakfast, right? What dad want for Christmas? I want some breakfast. I want a big breakfast. I'm a breakfast guy, right? And so my kids learn early. It's the same thing we teach our mentees. It's very important for you to be able to take care of your parent, right? That takes us back to the attitude of gratitude, but it's very important for you to take care of that parent. The parents sometimes get tired, and parents must incorporate their children in the details. It's not so much about them straightening up doing their room. Chores is automatic. Homework is automatic, but it's showing them these things that will help them. Show them how to crack open eggs, scramble eggs. Show them how to make bacon, oven or on top, right? Show them how to cook the things that you like, so in case you go down and you out of operation, you can say, hey, Chantel, I need, Dad wants some for breakfast. Oh, I know exactly what to do. I know how to make your favorite omelet. I know how to make your... Right? We get out of teaching the kids and handicapping them. And that's a big thing. You want to make sure that
it's not DoorDash.
Yeah, you want to cook. You most definitely.
If you teach them well, it won't have to be DoorDash that they call them for food. And that is, I cannot believe how many people use DoorDash. How many young people, young adults?
Yeah, what you mean? Because they didn't teach them how to cook.
Because they don't know how to cook. They don't know how to cook.
That's why we had 2 years. My man still get out. We had one young man was cooking whole meals, fried fish, everything.
Yeah.
And his grandfather had been teaching.
Ramonte,
yeah.
right.
And his grandfather had been teaching him. You see what I'm saying? And so he's gone on to be a tremendous leader. Now he's deacon in the church, right? And so when you talk about the fundamentals for children, this is one of them that we cheat them out of. So yeah, they know how to pick up and call, what you call that? DoorDash, but they don't know how to dial 911. They don't know what you like. They don't know, because you keep doing everything for them. You're not preparing me. Dave, go ahead and add to that.
Yeah, I think we spend too much time teaching them on how to entertain them instead of preparing them.
Yeah.
And preparation is everything, because it's going to meet opportunity, and you'll know how to handle that opportunity when it comes about. So we have to change our way. You know, our children, again, we have to take responsibility, because, again, why would my child, we didn't have this before, but now that we have all these convenience, and that's what people are looking for. When the struggle comes, they can't handle it because they're used to convenient. And I mean, even to take the time to cook, it takes a minute. I don't cook. They say it with pride. I don't cook.
Yeah.
You know, but see, we don't know what the world gonna do. It might be a day where you got to go in survival mode, and it ain't gonna be no DoorDash that's gonna drop off this food. You know, so we need to prepare our children.
Yeah, they have to be. No question. Number 7.
Nope.
Number 8.
8.
I'm on 8? Okay, number 8. On the 8th day of Christmas, our children shared with me a story in a art form.
So encourage your kids to draw, paint, use a photograph, a picture that shares a positive story of you as their parent. We have to help our kids to use imagination and be creative, and all the different forms of art. They can express it through dance. They can express it any way you can get them to express this story of, and it also allows them to look at you as a person. You know, not just a repository, a revolving door, right? I see my parents, they drop me off. I see my parents at night, and then we'll go again. Like, we have to really humanize parenting, because I think, you know, and I didn't really uncover it until later in my life, though, that parents are, just like teachers are human. Who knew? Who knew teachers were really human beings and had families? And if you see them dance, it's like such a surprise. It's a shock. I saw my teacher dance, and it just blew me away. I'm like, oh, I saw her laugh. What? You have a sense of humor, too? But we have to humanize our parents. And this allows our children to see us and our story, in our story of parenting. And I think it's an important opportunity for them to get to understand and know us better, too.
Dave?
Yeah, as long as your parents don't dance like Urkel.
Right.
Right. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I've seen some stuff. But, yeah, it's so important. And the storytelling is, again, another traditional thing from way back when, that when you didn't have TVs and all that, people told stories. The part of telling the story, it ignites the creativity and imagination. And this is where we get all the creations we have, because God gave us these gifts. But if we're doing everything for everybody and we don't push these buttons, then you can see the creativity going down. So telling the stories, doing the artwork, the expressions of that will help build memories. And as I said before, that's what you're going to have down the road. As a matter of fact, I was talking to auntie, and she told me this morning, she said, I still remember you walking up them stairs. So she helped me walk. And she always contributed to oatmeal, which I don't eat today.
Right.
But we shared that memory, you see. Yeah. I told her, I said, you know what, auntie? I told mom this too. I'm going to glory. I said, you know what? We were kids together, now we senior citizens together. Wow.
Right. So to be clear, the storytelling is how you add the number of words to a child's brain. When we tell stories to our children, it increases their vocabulary. It increases the brain size and strength. It increases their ability to articulate and have fantasy and think outside the box. When we use stories, it also raises the number of words that a child might get. Storytelling is such a powerful thing. If you look at the old movies, it used to be the man walks into the room and he reads it. Papa, tell me a story. Well, back in the day, right? The story that was told. What's the story with the midgets that running around? Lord of the Rings, right? So when they went over to where the midgets were at, right?
Did you say midgets?
What do they call them?
Little people.
The little people with the funny ears. The elves, right? So when they get over there to where the elves in the story they were told, they were telling the story from a book.
Right.
And the story was being told how the little people was going to help solve the issue and go in, and that's when Spiegel showed up, the evil guy, and they was telling the story from a book, right? But it was a male voice. Well, who knew that the male voice helps shape the cognitive ability of our children? So that's another thing to add to that. So we're on number 9. On the 9th day of Christmas, our family decided to be at home. One day, well, we was together on one. Now we at home one day together.
Now this is the family.
Okay, all right, let's go. Let me
not
hear.
The couple.
All right.
So encourage at least a half a day of being at home together, but not with the cell phones or the video games or other distractions, and not separated. The more time you get to spend together, the better. And so we're looking at, it could be a game night. You can actually take a walk together as a family, but make the time count. And let them see that there is value that in your unit. It's value in your whole unit, not when you're separated by rooms and distractions.
Brother Dave?
Yeah, I was sitting there thinking about this commercial I saw, and the father was there, and he was saying that something was going on, and everybody was on their phone. He said, I'm just making this, he gonna say, hey, you're listening to me, and nobody, oh, okay. And then when they couldn't communicate, okay, go back to normal. And now they back on their phone. That's what we done got to.
Right.
We have to move away from that so we can communicate with one another.
Yes, and to add to that, it again, technology is taking words. It's not so much adding words. Technology is taking the words and it's making everyone mute. People are sitting across from each other, texting each other while they're literally directly across from each other, out at dinner, right? And they're texting each other when they're right across from each other, right? And that creates those borders and those walls where communication becomes flawed, because if you cannot express just a normal sentence, you're reducing, and the science backs it all, the research is backing everything that I'm saying on how technology is taking away from you. It's not so much adding, right? And so this is one of the main reasons in our mentoring program we are straight practical, because we're taking away the video game. We're adding words to your life. We're getting you to exercise. We teach, like we've literally taught young men how to run. Which back in the day you didn't have to teach nobody how to run.
Right,
you know, they knew how to run. Hop a fence, see a gate, jump it, play with the dog, and then he bit me. You know, all kinds of things. But we've set them down and reduced the use of the brain, creating more followers. I believe that's why they're able to get away with so much from the political standpoint right now, because you've been trained to be so much more of a follower. Although we're becoming more vocal, we're not taking the type of action that should be taken, because everyone's benefit from the theft. So, this is number 10, right? On the 10th day of Christmas, our family decided to be a joyful choir.
Yeah. So this family.
This family is crazy.
One of the things that we've lost is having songs to sing, and I'm not talking about the hip hop songs and things like that have the beat to them. I'm talking about looking a little bit more in the traditional lanes for. Even Happy Birthday is not Happy Birthday anymore. So looking in, how do we share a melody with a message that we can buy into? And if one of yours is Happy Birthday, let it be, just choose one. because choose one. But find some holiday tunes, something that's uplifting, something that is appropriate for the season, something that is something that song that gets in the back of your head and you start humming it, and when you walk by somebody they get it and they start humming and your joyful choir is singing together. So look at opportunities to do that.
Brother Day.
Santa Claus comes straight to the ghetto. I can't get it out my head.
Santa Claus comes straight to the ghetto.
Are we hungry? No.
One of my favorites is Johnny Mathis' version of Silver Bells. Mm-hmm. So I seek that out. Donnie Hathaway.
Go ahead, Donaway. I like
right.
Donaway.
Donnie Hathaway's.
Donaway Hathaway.
Yeah. I like the Jackson 5 version of I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. Yeah. Let me see. What's another one? That's
the classic Nat King Cole.
Oh yeah, you gotta have it's called Christmas song. The Christmas song, right? Chestnuts roasting on open fire. Yeah. So
chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Right. We do have two singers in this podcast.
Jack
right
Frost nippling at your nose. Yuletide carols being sung by the choir. And folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody. All right, number 11. On the 11th day of Christmas, our family decided to be charity is not for me.
And that is not what it says.
I done gave this year.
Charitable to others. That's what we decided to do.
I have given.
These last $2.
Right. Dave.
Yeah. That guy Caesar said, I didn't come here to be served, but to serve. And we do have to have an attitude to serve others. It would be said that iron sharpens iron. When you see someone on the street, don't make the judgment to criticize, judge to understand, because you don't know their story.
You don't know their story.
You see, when you get into people's story, you find out, I just was an actress, I can't think of her name now, but anyway, she was telling, Brooke Shields. And, you looking at this glamorous woman that, everybody think got it going on, and when you hear her story, it's horrific. The other Mariah Carey, you hear her story, it's horrific. So she's fortunate, they're fortunate to be rich, but the person that ends up as you would see them and thinking that they're poor, you can bring them richness by letting them know they got value. Right. So even a kind word is charitable to someone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what's up. So considering that 11 and 12 kind of mimic, we'll let you have 12, Dr. Heather. Please, whatever you do, don't sing.
Go on and blow. Go on and show them what you got. Show them what you got. Show them what you're working with.
I can write a song for you. I probably won't sing one for you. So, really, as a family, being charitable givers. And so this is practicing giving and receiving. One of the things that we sometimes do is we forget the very people who have supported you out throughout the year. The ones that, wish you birthdays, send you special messages when you got all A's on your report card. We're there to encourage you through whatever life event you've been experiencing. Mm-hmm. They gave to you. This is a great season and time to give back, whether that's a greeting card, whether that's a phone call, whether it's a gift. It doesn't have to be huge. It is. I really believe that it is the thought that counts. Mm-hmm. And so when we talk about being cheerful giver and receiver, remember that it's not just about material, but if there is someone that has a need that you can meet the need.
Yeah.
Meet the need.
And don't give out that That pie with all the different things in it.
Fruitcake.
Fruitcake. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
don't do that to nobody.
I got a funny story on fruitcake. So I wasn't supposed to, I rode horses back in the day in rodeo. So we went to an outing. I wasn't supposed to go to this rodeo. So they gave out fruitcakes. Now, I must have been about maybe 13. Well, I wasn't supposed to go, but I wasn't thinking because I was so excited at the rodeo and we did good. I brought the fruit cake home. And so I said to my mom, hey, look, Ma, I got you. I didn't like the cake, but anyway, yeah, it's fruit cake. So I gave her fruit cake. She said, where you get the fruit cake from? I saw them people gave it. She said, them people busted on my own self. Man, I got in trouble for that one. I said, man, I didn't like it then. I really don't like them now.
Right. My dad was the only person that I ever met that ate fruitcake.
Nasty.
I don't understand it. No, well, I don't want to say you haven't missed out, but you have to try it and see so you'll know
It's tough.
for yourself.
What does it taste
The fruit cake itself is heavy and it's tough.
It is a
like? The pound is more like
It's heavier than pound cake.
Yeah.
You can actually
because it literally has fruit in it. If you can imagine, I don't want to use that as an example. You know what comes to my mind? The hog head cheese.
Yeah, another thing I don't like.
we grew up on the hog head cheese and crackers. And crackers.
She's gonna Google it. Yeah,
Thought
so
we were
it's
eating
different
something.
types
Right.
of fruits, and it's very much condensed.
Yeah.
And
It's heavy.
formed that way. Yeah.
The cake is heavy. They put it in the pan and the pan is heavy.
I know. That's why I did like this.
So you know it ain't right. I don't know whoever, like we grew up
But it's
with,
traditions.
yeah,
It's
but
traditions.
it's a tradition. It's traditionally turned down.
right to
Like,
pass it on.
people
That's what
don't.
happens.
You will see a fruit cake, right, after Christmas, next to the trees on the curbs. You know what I mean?
I mean, so I like eggnog on Christmas Eve. And within those 3 days, it's the only time I drink it.
Johnny Walker Red.
Yeah.
My mama. That's what my mama's thing. Johnny Walker Red and eggnog.
Yeah. So no, not at home. I don't drink liquor. So
No, I don't drink. Me and my brother, we trying to start a tradition where we have one before New Year's Eve. But Johnny Walker Red. That was my mother's only time she would,
Christian Brothers.
Yeah.
oh, that's what she puts in her eggnog.
Yeah, the Christian Brothers.
Christian
That
Brothers.
is eggnog.
Ain't that something? The Christian brother.
Yeah.
BB. Yeah.
But that's contradicting in itself.
Yeah, but it's the fruitcake that I've seen is more condensed and darker.
It's
than
darker.
that.
Yeah.
That's somebody changing the game.
That's somebody putting sugar all in it. No, I'm just kidding. A little liquor all up in it.
Right. Yeah.
So, but this Christmas, right? You should be trying some new things, like because everything has a bowl. Create you an African American Christmas bowl. A soul bowl.
And does it barbecue in it?
For you, it would be some barbecue.
Okay, here we go.
Soul bowl. You chop up what's left over, and you put it in a bowl, and you do what you got to do, and then top it with some barbecue, with pieces of barbecue. Now you got a soul bowl. It's got the cornbread, the greens, the cabbage, little mac, right?
Yeah, but still, I still
little
need to have
turkey and
those
dressing.
sectioned off. I
Right.
can't have that all together.
Water and the 911 sign, right? Right, and then you sprinkle your ribs on top. And then, but you got to look at you got to look at being different now. You got to look at creating some new traditions. You got to
New
look
traditions. Okay.
at like what is one of the things, like for me is breakfast. I gotta have breakfast. Right?
That's not a new tradition.
No, it might be new to other people. Right?
Brand new to me.
Like if they come over to the house,
Make it family.
right?
So what does a Christmas breakfast look like for you, Calvin?
It really depends, but most of the time, it could be an omelet, it can be bacon, it could be sausage, turkey, it can be those things. But what I like, I like the shredded hash browns. Those are some of the things that I like from my breakfast. And then I like mimosas. I always have a mimosa on Christmas, and I've been doing that for years. Like at least 20. I always have a mimosa on Christmas.
Dave, what about your Christmas breakfast? Do you have a particular breakfast for Christmas?
No.
Or something that you like to have?
I'm kind of like Calvin, but I don't have a mimosa, but pretty much waffles, you know. I know they don't eat swine, but I love my crispy bacon thick. Thick.
Right.
Some biscuits with butter rolling all down on it, mixed it in the syrup. Oh, man.
Right. I didn't hear any eggs. No eggs for you?
I'm going to get to the eggs.
Oh, okay.
Scrambled soft with cheese and then some grits with some, well, I can't eat the shrimp anymore, but with the shrimp, it was his own part. But the really thing I like about it, looking across the room at your baby, that's all you did this for me. I love you.
Right.
Awesome. Chantel, how about you? Do you have a traditional Christmas breakfast that you like?
I don't. Typically for holidays, we are really thugging it out until the food gets done later. We may snack during the day, but we just saving our appetite for the main course.
Try breakfast.
So we
That's
have
interesting
3.
because I know holidays, because we focus on cooking and getting stuff done for whatever holiday it is. Yeah, we may do a little ham sandwich, if anything, a cereal, something light.
What do you cook on?
Well, I typically don't. This year I did Thanksgiving food, so I did the mac, the dressing, and the green beans, and then of course the ham, and my mom did the turkey.
So which one do you think is your best?
Personally, the dressing was my favorite out of what I cooked.
Stovetop?
No. My grandma was walking me through it, right? She's like, no, I made the cornbread and everything.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about right there. Pass it on.
I was nervous, but yeah.
It turned out good.
Yeah, because my granddad was in the hospital, my grandma was with him, I had to step up
There you
this
go.
year.
There you go.
Now you stepped up all the time.
Yeah,
It's your
yeah.
show. That's good because that's one of the things that I like I was on my daughter get that and she got. And then she got her grandmother's macaroni and cheese, and then she's like, "Dad, I put some things together. I got it. It was
Yeah.
There you go.
yeah." But those are the traditions that we struggle with passing, right? We'll pass, right? What we got to get out of it is passing the foolishness and the anger,
Right.
right?
Absolutely.
We used to at my aunt. So when my mom was alive, we was at my Aunt Inez, my Uncle Dwayne house. That's where everybody would meet. We used to do a whole family. Everybody exchanged gifts. The last one, my sisters was beefed out, right? And so their gifts were literally evil toward each other. It was hilarious, right? We normally crack jokes, play bid whiz, spades. Then we get loud and sweaty. You know what I mean? You ain't won a game in 7 trips. Go sit down somewhere. We do all of that. 13, we played spoons, right? And so those are the things that we didn't do a good job of passing down to the kids up under us. And so I think this year I'm going to get on the phone with my brother Corn and my sister Sue and reignite 13, because I think by teaching that to Heather and her family at 13, it's a good game. It's a good card game. Yeah. Other than that,
well, I do want to make sure that people are focusing in on having positive things to do so that you don't get so caught up in the negative things. We have to make sure that there's a balance, and that this is another, when we talked about a cheerful giver and receiver, forgiveness is among those things that you can give cheerfully and that you can receive cheerfully. That can help to shift the energy and the focus during the holiday season, especially among family. We want to make sure that we have opportunities or set opportunities for people to communicate, that if there were things, and Calvin, your sister did this, and I thought this was it was so beautiful. She stood up and she said that if it was anything that I have done to anybody I'm saying this year, if there is anything that I've done to hurt somebody, if I said something or I did something, please accept my apology. She just did a big open apology, and because you may never know if you have offended someone or hurt their feelings or made them, feel a certain type of way, and that wasn't your intention. Even when those times where it was your intention to say something that was gonna, prick somebody, trigger something, there are times when you do feel that way. And I thought it was very brave of her to do that, but she freed herself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She forgave herself first for causing injury to other people, and that is a part of a life lesson that I think many of us need to make sure that we are learning. That you do have to forgive yourself in this process, because, and much like Dave says a lot, is that you can't give somebody what you didn't have. And so if you don't know and didn't know that either you hurt somebody or that you did the best you could in your parenting for your children, and they still feel whatever kind of way they feel, you still need to forgive yourself and free yourself by offering the apology.
Yeah, and right after you do it, don't follow it up with the same attitude that you had before.
Right.
Turn around and extend, right? The thing I was proud about when she did it was her next several process. See, in our family, we crack a lot of jokes. We love to laugh. And I'm telling you, for a lot of people that know the mans, know when you come around, it's going to be jokes. We going to hit you in places that you least expect, right? But we going to crack these jokes because that's our way of showing we love you, right? And when you come around, you might have a flaw, but we still going to crack a joke on that flaw, right? Just to let you know that it's welcome in our space. It's different if we were being cruel. No, you got a bald head. Your hairline is gone, right? We do all of that. You know what I mean? You got man breasts. What you do? Like, we go through the whole, and we fall. I'm not talking about. I was with my first ever basketball team in my brother's garage, up in Grand Rapids. We spent 2 hours just laughing and cracking jokes, taking it back when we were on our way to the first basketball camp, and it was jokes everywhere. Nicknames came out of that bus ride, things like that. But we're all good men, husbands, and fathers. Like, it was just such a profound time, and I enjoyed it every time I could see it. Even just like this past, National Black Men's and Leadership Conference. It was such a profound moment to see a young man that you coached, and his son received an award, and I'm presenting the award. And the award, the young man couldn't come, so his father got to come on the stage. I was done. Like, he was like, "Coach, full circle." I was like, "Man, why you say that? I'm about to boo in here." I was like, "Hug me a little tighter, because when I turn around, He was like, "You'll be all right, Coach." I turned around and went to that podium and was like, and
beautiful moment.
The beautiful moment, but yet and still, this is what Christmas should be about, because this is the only time, right? We got to look at, these are the times we have to look at where loving on someone verbally is welcome. I can love on you verbally. I can tell you that I love you, and I can actually take some steps to show you that I love you.
Yeah, I think that word takes a whole new meaning during the holiday seasons. And it's so important for us to recognize that you don't know the day or the hour. So you can say, "I ain't talking to them," and 20 years go by.
Yeah.
And then the day of the hour show up, and now you want to make amends. So what your sister did was beautiful, because she stepped out of her own mindset to think of others. And as you said earlier, we don't know if we offend people, because we don't know what people's head, again, their story, we don't know where their head is at. But if we do, let us take responsibility, be accountable to let them know that that was not our intent. And if it was our intent, ask for forgiveness and keep it moving. Because as my man May say, love is the key. Stevie want to say love is the key.
Yeah.
And in that, we got to show more love, Show more love.
Dave, tell them where they can reach you at.
You can reach me at FMA Informing About Men on Facebook, and you can reach me at DROM7 at yahoo.com.
Dr. Heather.
You can reach me at You're Inspired with a D, you'rinspiredjourney.com. And you can reach me by phone at 313-759-7855.
Good morning or evening, friend. Here's your friendly announcer. I have serious news to pass on to everybody. What I'm about to say, right, could lead to world disaster, could change the joy and laughter to tears and pain, because of the love is in need of love today. Don't delay, send yours in right away. Hey, hey, going down, breaking many hearts. Stop it, please, before it goes too far.
And we will send that to you right now.
Thank you for tuning in. God bless you and encourage me. I'm Young. Peace.
EMIY.